man, okay.
Welcome everybody to the Mofo Show. I'm Chaz, this is Ben, and this is John White Shoes Campbell. What's going on, people?
Same old, same old.
Same old, same old. UFC, and sleeping?
Pretty much.
Pretty much, all right.
Sometimes eating.
Oh, it's true. And making videos of Amy. Snapchat?
Snapchat.
The Snapchat king. I've already decided, self-proclaimed.
You ever thought about just taking those videos and putting it on YouTube? Just in what are they called again? Compilations? Just do a compilation of you fucking with your girlfriend. Because people make millions of dollars on YouTube right now just fucking with their girlfriend.
Chicklet.
Honestly, I've been thinking about. I put up a lot
Chicklet
of
status.
animal ones. The animal ones I might put up. I'm thinking about
What is it, like animal abuse videos?
Oh my god,
Jesus
Jesus!
Christ. This ain't Twitch, Chaz.
Oh shit! True facts.
Oh
Man, so what are you gonna do with that? You're gonna actually do it for real?
No,
I'm putting an idea in your brain. Amy's gonna kill me.
Yeah. I was talking to Ben about this. I might convert my channel over to MMA channel.
You should.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I need something that's not gonna be as much work. Cause like eBay with the work, it's like it feels like work. I need something that's kind of relaxing. Nothing more relaxing than talking about MMA.
What the fuck, man? I moved. First of all, I moved your mic because it's like Darth Vader right now. It's like
Whoa, Chaz. Whoa.
I wear slippers to church.
Who wears slippers to church?
Do you never wear a pair of chocolate to church?
I don't go to church.
That's true. All right. Well, let's get off these dumb shit, guys. Anyway, let's get right into the meat right now. UFC. Woo! You guys thought I was going the other way. We're going to save that for later. UFC was amazing this week, huh?
Bomb diggity.
Top 3 best cards of the year.
Would you have paid $100 for this pay-per-view if it was?
No. Don't start putting that out there.
No.
UFC better never start charging $100.
You're watching this?
This is
Cut the shit.
All right. Run it back.
Okay.
New question.
So wait, hold on. So you guys wouldn't
That's
pay?
terrible.
You wouldn't
No,
pay?
I'm not paying $100.
No, not paying.
Okay.
That's why
Hypothetically.
boxing lost me.
No, that's true. Hypothetically, if this was free, would you be disappointed?
Why would I be disappointed if it was free?
Because it was such a good fight. These
No,
guys earned your
okay.
money.
No, I'm selfish. I'll take
no.
your fights all day, every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never
You know what?
watch a
How about we
fight
just get
night.
into it because you guys are dumb. All right? Fuck you. Listen, if this was a $100 pay-per-view, I would have paid $100 to see it because it was worth every penny.
No, I don't agree. I don't think there was enough excitement about this. Like, I was excited about it, but I was like $55 excited, not $100 excited.
$55.
Maybe 54 and UFC are listening.
50.
55. Okay, so maybe it's 60.
No, I was excited for the card. It's not like if it was like something with some drama behind it, like Jones Cormier or something like that.
Yeah.
Then no, I'm not paying $100. I don't even want to put that energy out there. No.
Okay, fine. We'll get over that. Okay, we don't need to step on. Anyway, so so from top to bottom, I guess we don't have to go through every fight. Obviously the big 3 we're gonna go through.
Top three.
But was the beginning of how was the prelims? Because I didn't get to catch the prelims. Was any
I
of the
didn't
Or the
either.
main event.
Okay, so bottom of the card was trash.
Thick burn.
So I think it was. Only
I didn't watch the. What time? I got here like 9:10 on the dot.
Yeah.
And somebody was supposed to be here by then, but they
Oh,
weren't.
John.
Oh, man.
weren't.
John's always late,
John
man.
is late one time.
John was late to
Well,
Leo's birthday. He was down the street
12
from his house.
minutes.
I was
12
working. I was working, guys.
Working
12
selling
minutes.
sneakers.
Anyway, it's not like I broke the law or anything to get down here in time, but
True.
whatever.
I heard you were going 100.
Whoa.
Is this true?
What?
If no police officers...
You know,
are-
you could have just put the fights on your phone.
Allegedly.
And just drove, right? Just
No, I'm not doing that.
Whoa,
No,
whoa.
I'm not
that's
trying to
worse than
die while I'm.
100.
Well, you don't have to watch it. You just listen to it.
What?
You never.
You
listen
sleep
to
through the
fight.
whole card, Jess?
Maybe
You
I'm
can't
old.
listen to fights
Maybe
on
I'm
there.
old. I listened to fights on
You
the radio
know,
before.
it's not
when I
like
was
they're
younger.
doing play-by-play like they used to, where like, look, right jab, blah blah blah.
Otherwise, Joe Rogan's completely
yeah.
unnecessary
Yeah.
to Paul Acosta's spinning
Yeah.
back kick would have gotten me excited for absolutely nothing.
Hold on, guys.
True
guys.
story.
Let's go to the side real quick. It wouldn't be cool to listen over the radio to just Joe Rogan and like
No,
not Brandon Schaub, obviously.
no, because you don't know what's happening.
Somebody explaining it like they used to do. The old school guys used to do it.
I don't think you could do that, and you could do that in boxing,
Yeah.
not in MMA.
That's true.
In boxing, you're calling jabs, hooks, crosses, uppercuts. In MMA, how you gonna describe somebody trying to put somebody in a Kimura except for telling
he's attempting a triangle
he's doing a
while
Kimura.
defending
I can't
a
really
leg lock.
explain how he's getting into this Kimura, but he's doing it.
It's true.
Just to use your imagination, pal.
Well, so, I guess we'll side note from that because we keep going off topic.
You're bringing terrible.
Shut up.
You're not bringing. You're not bringing your A game.
I'm leading. I'm trying to lead here. Okay. God damn it. So let's start from the bottom. The fourth fight. I guess the fourth to the last fight, right? That's what it's. That was.
The Yusuf.
Yusuf. Yeah, Yusuf fight. We can start from there. That fight was amazing. I really enjoyed that fight, guys. I thought it was two equal guys, that were on the same par as each other. It's just one was a little bit stronger, and he got a lucky shot, I believe, to win that fight.
Oh, don't do that to Sadiq Yusuf. Oh man!
Because in the beginning, to me, you can, because I know you're gonna go deep into that, but in the beginning, I feel like he was hitting him with bombs, and like he didn't know what to do. Sadiq was just knocking his guy around. Then the other guy got used to it. Then he started eating it, and then they started matching each other. I think he went out really strong. He was going for the knockout early, and then I think he was like, "Oh shit, I can't knock this guy out. Let me take it back a little bit," because he was losing the fight after that. Would you agree?
I'd say so. I say he got competitive.
I'm getting a little better at noticing shit. Like he went full out too fast. I think because he was. Did you see how he was hitting him like he was gonna kill his mother? For real, he was just like, and he was just like, "Oh, my arms are getting tired," and damn it, he's gonna start. Oh, damn, what's happening? And then obviously he got that lucky hit at the end, and that's what put him out, right?
I like the analysis.
That's why I
like the analysis.
Well, you can go ahead.
You want to start?
Go ahead, Ben. You first.
No, I don't even remember that fight. I'll be honest.
All right. So basically, I mean, I can't hate on what you said.
Yeah.
It looked like he started off strong, wanted to get a big knockout. He's in a big spot, biggest spot he's been in all his career.
He's a lot bigger than the other guy too.
Yeah, he's a filled out man.
Yes, he is.
Although a lot of the Nigerian guys, man, they're all built.
Yo, beast.
I'm 99%
Beastesses.
sure that did Sadiq. I know the first fight I ever watched him in. That was not the last fight. The fight prior to that, he basically took a man's soul. I don't remember how his last one was. Let's take a look at that real quick, actually. Because part of me is telling me you went the distance. Part of me is telling me you got a late stoppage.
Do you think? Do you like late stoppages? Like, do you think they're necessary?
No, it was more of like a late stoppage, like in terms of like it was just
Not late stoppages. I'm sorry, early stoppages. Do you think those are like? Do you think they should let people fight more?
It's tough. It's tough on the spot because being a ref's it's like being a goalie. If you lose, everyone hates you. But you can only name like 3.
Because I think that guy still had a little fight on him when he was on the floor getting hit by Sadiq. He was like still defending himself, and then I think who was the ref? It was
Did Herb Dean?
Herb Dean.
It was Herb Dean.
Damn, he dropped far down, huh? They don't like him anymore in the main event.
No, he did the main event.
Rotate him in.
Didn't he do the main event?
No, he didn't do the main event. Herb Dean didn't do the main event. It was somebody else.
No.
Oh, was it the little white guy? What's his name? No.
No, the
little white guy was
bearded guy.
Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
No. The little white guy was for those two monsters.
Yeah,
The
it was Paulo
Godzilla and freaking
Costa.
King Kong was fighting each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I remember looking at that like
Yeah.
the thing
That
he's
guy
gonna
is
do if
way
this gets
too
out of hand.
small.
He's gonna be like, what's the dude? Van Gundy on the Knicks when he was trying to break all the Knicks apart. They were just stomping him out.
Who was dragging him? Was it Larry Johnson or who? He was
Marcus Camby. No, Marcus Camby.
Was it Marcus Camby?
Yeah, he grabbed onto his back.
Yeah.
Like, nah!
Why can't I find
I think
Sadiq
it's
Yusuf?
USA.
Oh, it's USA.
Yeah.
Why he's looking for this? You think you think that fight was you think it was a lucky shot, or do you
I
think?
wouldn't say it's a lucky shot. I mean, you drop bombs like that all fight. Eventually, you're gonna, something's got to land on the chin. I mean, he's got incredible power for the 145 division. He's still got time to develop, but I think.
Do you think he could get bigger?
He could be a future champ. I hope not, because I'm sure he doesn't have an easy time making that
Who's
cut.
the champ in that
Holloway.
Holloway. Oh,
They need more action on 145 too, because 145 is dry.
Ben's a big Max Holloway fighter, like a fan, but like I feel like he's too skinny, man. I think a lot of these guys are in his division are just getting bigger.
Well, I mean, it's a trade. It's a trade for height. Like if,
that last fight just made him look weak, man. I'm sorry. I know the guy was a lot bigger than him.
His second to last fight. His last fight, he destroyed
Okay,
Frankie Edgar.
Second.
Well, not destroyed, but dominated.
No, he abused Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar always gets abused, unfortunately.
No, he There's levels to this game, and he's on the decline.
I think I'm Frankie Edgar's bad luck because I feel like every time I watch him, he looks like he's getting abused, and then when I don't watch him, he wins.
Who'd you watch him fight before?
He fought.
Oh.
Who did he lose to last
Oh,
time?
so weak.
Before for Max Holiday, he won. Right?
T-City.
He won last fight before Max Holiday, right? Before Holloway, sorry. Before that, who did he fight?
Ortega. Ryan Ortega.
And Ryan Ortega whooped his ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
First
that's the
person
last
ever
fight, so-
stop Frankie Edgar.
Yep.
Or first person ever knock out Frankie Edgar. I think first person ever knock out Frankie Edgar.
Whatever happened to Ortega? Is
Did
he
he?
he's still doing
Decision,
commercials?
was
Disappeared.
He's just doing commercials.
He's
now.
still there. He's always there on
He's doing
he's always
Modelo.
there on like the side.
Well, he
on the
broke
ring
his
side and all that.
he broke his nose, and then from there, I mean, that just takes a lot of time to recover. Otherwise, you're just gonna re-pop it open.
Well, do you have anything else to say about that fight?
But yeah, no. Speaking of Sadiq Yusuf, yes, he did go to decision. I knew he went to decision. Against no one too big, you know.
Shaman Mariah.
There you go. Way to call him out.
Well, let's keep it moving. Romero versus freaking
Paulo Costa?
grown man
Paulo
child.
Costa.
Jesus
Is
Christ.
it Acosta or Costa?
I think it's Paulo Costa.
Paulo Costa.
Can we just say it was King Kong versus Godzilla?
Oh, it was
basically.
Battle of the Bods.
It was like dad versus son.
It was like King Kong versus King Kong. It was just like, woo.
He looked like his dad. Like he was just like they look like
Yeah.
they were related.
Oh, yeah, they're monsters. The two of them are insanely
They're both-
big.
One is Cuban, right? And the other guy
Statuesque.
is it's
Brazilian.
Brazilian and Cuban.
No, Brazilian guys are huge, man. I don't know what the hell they're feeding them, man. That is such a big
Feed him
dude.
those Brazilian supplements.
It was
You
good
think he's on
stuff.
something?
No, he had trouble with USADA early. That's why this fight was originally supposed to happen. And from what he looked like, I mean, I think USADA messed up. You know, USADA was on him ever since the testing. It looks better than ever.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I don't think he was
He's
on
just freak
anything.
genes.
Yeah, just a big man.
Big man. So what do you guys think about that fight? That fight was the most entertaining fight in a long time, man. To me.
Ben, I'll let you start it
Yeah, you go ahead.
because I know you got some feelings about this fight.
No, it was a good. It was a good. I originally like right off watching it, I thought Romero had won it. Barely. I would have given him 2 rounds to 1, but on the rewatch, we just watched it a couple hours ago. It was a lot closer than I remembered it being,
Yeah.
and in the other direction though. So. I didn't have a problem with the decision when I first saw it. I just would have given it to Romero.
Yeah, definitely.
But
gave it to him.
rewatching it, I don't mind that they gave it to Costa. I think.
I think it was pretty even, right?
Well, it was just Costa was going forward the whole time. Romero was kind of playing the counterattack, the counterattack game, and I think Costa was just, if you give him a head of steam coming at you, it's not much you're going to be able to counter because he's not going to stop throwing. So there's no real opportunity to counter. They both caught each other a couple times. It was a really exciting fight, especially like in the first 30 seconds they both went down. Yeah, I mean it was a great fight. I think the decision was fine with me, and yeah, hopefully see both of them fighting soon.
What do you got to add to that, John?
So, I mean, you got it all. Yeah, the first time I watched it, I was upset. And I heard some things, as I was, listening to MMA radio and stuff like that. And they said, go back, rewatch it, without being on the edge of your seat. That's what we did. And I see exactly why they gave it a Costa. I mean, when you have 2 men who are going to stand there and they're going to throw down, you're going to give it to the aggressor 9 times out of 10. That's just how the judges see it. So if you're going to move back the whole time and you're not going to, if you're just going to stand there, you're going to counterpunch, you're going to pot shot, it doesn't look good for you in the judge's eyes. And unfortunately, that's how the sport is,
Yeah.
And it wasn't even really countering. It was just kind of like he'd come forward and then it would just turn into a quick brawl, and then one of them would fall out of it, and then it was just like a continuous pattern. So it wasn't even like he was tactically countering him well. He wasn't just landing that nice counter shot every time Costa came in. So if that's your strategy, it wasn't well executed.
I mean, for as a guy that's a novice with this whole MMA thing, I know I'm getting a little better at it, but I thought it was a very entertaining fight for me. It kept me intrigued that they both were like evenly matched, and you could see like they were trying to hit each other as hard as possible, and they were knocking each other out. It's like the movable object was against the unstoppable force. Like that's honestly, it's like Juggernaut versus Hulk. That's exactly how I was looking at it. I'm like, God damn, bop bop bop, nothing's happening. So I mean, I honestly think they should have a part 2 later down the line before he retires, because I think
it's just getting tough for Romero because it's like every time he gets there, he and in my opinion,
he's the number 7, that guy, right? So Romero was number 2. So what does that drop him down?
I don't think much. I don't think far.
Yeah, no.
I think he drops maybe to 3 or 4. Okay. He's still one of the best fighters in that division. And honestly, if it was up to me, he'd have been the champ.
Yeah.
Because I think he won both those Whitaker title fights, and those I think he got robbed in, because I can't remember which one it was, but definitely one of them. I was like, "There's no way."
Oh, and Whitaker, he definitely broke his hand in one of the fights, right?
Whitaker, he hurt him in both fights. He injured him in both fights.
I was making a joke, but
yeah, I don't know how Whitaker. I mean, I guess there was something. I would have to go back and watch those fights that were a while ago, but I watched both those fights and thought Romero won both of them. So yeah, he's one of the best fighters in that division, even at 42 years old, which is crazy. It doesn't make any sense that he's competing with these guys who are like at least 10 years younger than him. But yeah, I mean, he's one of the best.
And the craziest part, he's still getting better.
Yeah,
this is a better.
Yeah, it's like he's learning still at 42. And I mean, it's just tough. It's like I want him to get another title shot, but
it's probably gonna happen.
Obviously, you got to give it to Costa before him now.
Really, you think so?
You have to beat him.
After you beat him.
I mean, but you know what? If I was Dana White, I'd be like, damn, okay, I only have so much more time with Romero. I should give him one more shot just to try. Because he's so entertaining.
You can't jump the line though.
Yeah,
I mean,
because then the fight means nothing.
It's true.
So why you even
have a decision?
So if Costa goes up to fight, who's the champ now?
Costa's getting a title fight. He's getting the winner of Adesanya Whitaker.
Okay.
Adesanya Whitaker. Yeah.
So
and he prefers Adesanya.
Hopefully Adesanya.
Did you see it? You know that they just went back to that knockout from Adesanya when he knocked the dude out cold turkey. What's his name? Who did he just knock out? Like there's a nice picture of just him uppercutting somebody and like they just knocked cold out.
I don't think he's knocked anybody out recently.
No, I know he was in a war with Gastelum. Prior to that, he was in a great fight with Silva.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
Who did he put out? Did he put anybody out?
Well, when it comes to my head, I'll think about it. Real quick, Nate Diaz versus Pettis. So you guys both saw that happening like the way it was gonna happen, right?
I thought Pettis was gonna be more of a threat to him. I was a little disappointed by that, but
Showtime had no time.
When you just go, I mean, Nick Diaz. I say that because he reminds me of Tony Ferguson, and I think a fight between those two would be amazing.
Yeah.
Guy just does not run out of. He just gets better as the fight moves along, and it's like
he's slow and steady.
Yeah, and for a guy with Pettis who's very active and he's going for the knockout.
Showtime.
Diaz is just like his kryptonite. Is like because he's just gonna get better as you get worn out, and you saw as the fight kept going on, Diaz just he was all over him.
His stamina's ridiculous.
Pettis couldn't breathe.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Didn't Pettis come in looking a little chunky from what he used to look like? Like it looked like
he did come in at 170.
Well, he used to fight at 155.
Yeah, so maybe just that new body, he's just not used to it.
Well, he's been looking good in 170. That's why everybody thought this was going to be a good fight. I mean, it was a good fight, but
it was a Showtime. Yeah. Because he always does one crazy move, like something crazy, and he didn't do.
Well, he was going for some roundhouse kicks there and some spinning head kicks, but Diaz wasn't there for him.
And Diaz has a golden jaw, bro. Like
it's like you're not knocking him out. That's the thing. You're not knocking him out, and you're not wearing him out. So it's like,
what do you do?
You gotta
outpoint
him and hope for the best. That's what's tough about it. But 9 times out of 10, he's gonna beat you in that kind of fight.
And I firmly believe that Pettis is his own worst enemy. If you look at every single fight that he's lost recently, Ferguson, Diaz, that's the only two I could think on the top of my head.
Brunson, he walked there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Adesanya destroyed Brunson.
That's what it
He
was.
made Brunson look like a rookie.
Yeah. But every time he goes and he fights one of these guys who wants to make it dirty, he doesn't stick to his game plan. He doesn't keep his space, and he gets into a brawl. And he's not a brawler. He fights flashy. He fights effective. He's a great striker, ignoring the Thompson fight prior to this.
Yeah.
And every time he gets baited in, and that's what happens every time.
So he pretty much lost a fight for himself, pretty much, yeah.
Not taking anything away from Diaz, though.
No.
Yeah. Well, I felt the same way.
It's
felt
crazy
like,
that coming off of 3 years of doing nothing. Well, not doing nothing, but not fighting.
Smoking weed every day.
Yeah, it's just
Helps you out.
just like got up off the couch and was just like, all right, I'm right back to it. It's crazy.
Fun fact: they say that you smoking weed and going to the gym is the best thing because you like your muscles are really relaxed and you don't get tensed up, and you get a better workout.
The
Apparently,
gym or like?
like lifting weights and
Oh,
stuff.
all right. I was gonna say I don't suggest getting high and walking into MMA.
Nah, I'm
It's not a good
talking
idea
weights
for
and
anyone watching that.
stuff. So I guess we'll get into the meat and potatoes. The fight that I fell asleep before and then I had to watch in the morning.
Embarrassing.
I'll admit that. Let's go with John first. John, I'm not gonna say anything. You already know how I feel about this fight. I just felt like, bombs were thrown, and the person tried to keep a poker face. Obviously, didn't work out, and that damage just got to him at the end. What is your take on the whole fight?
All right. So I didn't see this the first time. The first time I watched this fight, I'm watching. Stipe, he's down 2-1, 3-0, however you had it.
Yeah.
He's down.
Yeah.
And I say 2-1. Maybe the second round I have to rewatch it a third
Some
time.
people were saying 2-1. I had it 3-0.
I definitely saw it 3-1 the first time, maybe 2-1 the second time, but I got to rewatch it. So basically, he's, DC, every time he fights, he kind of sticks his hands out. He fights your hands, and from there, he helps break the distance up. So he can throw the elbow over. He can kind of parry you down, pop a punch up front, but he'll always fight with his hands out.
Yeah.
And basically, every single time in that fourth round that DC stuck his hands out,
Yeah.
Stipe punished him to the liver. Every single time. To the point where if you're watching that fight, towards, I think it was after the third or the fourth one we counted, he almost looks like he's regretting it as he sticks his hands out because that's how he's fought his entire life.
Yeah, and he knows it's coming.
He's like, no, why did I? And it's over. And you got to just rewatch it. You'll start to see every time he puts his hands out, he got punished. And eventually, he got the right spot, and nobody's above a liver shot.
So, I mean, Ben, what do you think he could have done to, not get beat? Was there, anything he could have did? Or
Been
you
a
think,
better boxer.
I think Stipe was just ready?
Stipe's got a height advantage of about 6 inches on Cormier, and his reach advantage is at least 6 inches, but I think it's more than that. So it's gonna be tough to stand up fight a guy who's got that kind of a height reach advantage on you. But he was doing it. He was making it. The first round, he looked amazing using his wrestling, keeping Stipe close so he couldn't just stay outside and hit him like that. And then in the second round, he just kind of abandoned his strategy, and from then on, even though I had DC winning the second and third round, it didn't look the same, and you could see that. I mean, in the third round, he's basically just walking into shots, even though they weren't doing much.
Yeah.
I mean, you count up those shots. Eventually, it's going to have an effect on you. And then in the third round, like John said, he was trying to do the hand fighting, and every time he's hand fighting, oh shit!
What the hell is that? Jesus, my ears.
Every other time, I had the silence on too. Every other time he did it, Stipe just ripped him.
Yeah.
And he probably landed about 8 of those, and on that last one, you just see DC spirit leave his body, and then Stipe just goes to town and drops him. And
That was crazy.
that was that. That's how the cookie crumbled there.
It was crazy. I finally woke up and I was just like, damn, I fucking fell asleep. So I was like, I'm not looking at my phone. I put the thing on, I watched it, and I was like, okay, good. Now I can look. And I just saw everybody's like reaction, like, oh well, didn't see that coming. I don't think he was ready. I think DC's halfway out. And they said, I think Joe Rogan said it best. When you are a fighter and you're into your movies and you're into your commercials and you're whatever, and you're halfway in, halfway out, that's when you lose. Ronda has lost like that. Who else lost like that? John Jones hasn't
Woodley.
lost. He's just fucked up, obviously. But Woodley's the biggest, because he has a bunch of businesses. He's getting a little popularity, and he just fell off completely. I hate Tyron Woodley's fighting. Makes me so freaking mad watching him.
Wow.
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, but it seems like it's a fighter thing. And I think he got that bug. I think he's ready to go. I think DC needs to go to commentating because he's great at it. I love watching him commentate. He's the Shaq of the UFC.
He's the best commentator they have.
He's the Shaq of the UFC.
Yep.
Well, with that said, guys, so honestly, UFC, this was 241.
241, yeah.
Rating? 1 to 5?
Oh, 5.
5?
That's a no-brainer.
Oh, 1 to 5.
Uh-oh.
I give it a 4.
Oh, Jesus. Always got to be that guy.
That's always.
Is there one thing that really hurt that bothered you that much?
It was good. It wasn't my favorite card of all time, but it was.
What
good.
is your favorite card of all time, Ben?
Oh, jeez.
Right on the spot. Come on.
Wow.
You know you got to make that statement. You got to back it up. So right away, you should know what your favorite
I mean,
card of all
Applying
time
the
was.
pressure.
the card in March was very good. John Jones.
Yeah, that was a really good card.
Was that Jones Smith or no? That was Jones Gustafson.
Is that where we watched next to?
That was a fun one.
Then Kamaru Usman versus Tyron Woodley, and somebody else is on that card too. That was the Robbie Lawler Askren fight.
That
That's a great card.
Okay, yeah, that was a good fight.
Yeah, that's a 10.
That's a 10.
That's a 5.
Okay, that makes sense.
5.
All right. Good backup.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I give this one a 5. I really enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it from
It's a good card.
beginning of the main card to the end of the main card, because that's what we watch. All right, so 1 second to this stuff now, guys. UFC was great, but there's a lot of drama going on in the news right now. Entertainment news, by the way. 2 companies, a small bitch ass company, and the biggest company on the planet are fighting.
We know which side Chaz is on.
That unbiased
Okay.
opinion right there.
So-
Such a
Shit.
neutral corner.
It's amazing.
Okay, so Sony and Marvel decided to meet because Spider-Man's
Contract.
was up, and they
Well,
decided
let's
to have
explain the contract. The
contract-
original contract.
The original contract was Marvel gets all the money for merchandising, comic books, all that stuff, and 5% stake in the movies for Spider-Man. Sony gets the rest. Now,
For
3 movies.
4 movies.
3.
But he was in 4. You had 2
Oh,
Spider-Man
4.
movies, yeah.
All right, yeah, that's right. 1 cameo. So 4 movies.
Oh, I guess that was it was a cameo.
Okay, Endgame. So you got Endgame.
Endgame,
5 movies.
Civil War.
5 movies. That's 5.
Oh, that's right, because he was in both
Yeah.
Avengers. Yeah, 5 movies.
So, all right, so 5 movies, and then we're gonna do a renegotiated movie deal, so then he can be in a couple more movies, because I think Tom Holland has 2 more on his contract, and then he said he wanted to do Spider-Man until forever. So they met up, and Disney pretty much was like, no, all right, listen, little bitch, all right, you're gonna take 50%, and you're gonna take 50%, and I'm gonna cover the cost, half
Box
the cost,
office.
and I'm gonna cover half the cost of filming, and Sony was like, instead of being a real person and negotiating, they go, nope, have a good day, and they just walked out the room. So right now we are at a standstill. Both of the companies decided to part ways at this moment. Spider-Man is no longer in the MCU, and Sony has a thumb up their ass. But before Ben goes in and tries to destroy my life, I'm going to say one thing. The 50% was a little much. The thing I'm mad about is that they didn't go back and say, hey, how about not 50%, but 20%? Because without you guys, our Spider-Man character wouldn't be relevant. We'd be doing another reboot by this time. Okay. Go ahead, Ben.
person.
No, look. That's a fucked up negotiation tactic. You can't go in and ask for 1,000% of what you had
50%?
before.
50%.
No, 1,000% of what you already had. You had 5%. You can't just be like, oh, I want 10 times what I. If you went up to your boss and were like, I want 10 times raise. I know I make $50,000 a year, but I want to make $500,000 a year now. Your boss is gonna be like, get the fuck out.
Well, didn't we just make you a the most highest grossing Spider movie of all time is because of Marvel.
Yes.
We made you relevant again.
Yes.
The only reason people went to see Venom is because Tom Holland filmed a cameo that didn't show up in the movie. Because
that's not the only reason.
That is the only reason.
No.
Because
I didn't go see Venom to be like, oh, Tom Holland's gonna be in here for 2 minutes.
Tell me,
I can't wait to see this movie.
No. An ounce of you thought it was gonna be connected to the Marvel universe.
No.
Really?
They said it 40 times it wasn't gonna be connected.
You didn't go see it because the Marvel universe was around.
No.
Okay. Bullshit. Because that movie was terrible anyway.
Oh, you're so disrespectful. That movie was good.
I went to say great. He goes good.
I was like,
Good.
Great, but no, that was too much.
Good.
No, the movie was good. Venom was a good movie. Yes, Disney got out of control. They're feeling themselves a little bit. Yes, they made the only 2 good Spider-Man movies in a row that has ever existed.
Except for
but
Spider-Verse.
You also know Sony kind of has you by the balls a little bit. So don't go in there asking for the world when you know Sony doesn't have to give it to you. They're working with you it's a partnership. Marvel doesn't own Spider-Man anymore.
What are you taught in school?
That's their fuck up.
What are you taught actually in life? To always shoot high first, and then you have meet in the happy medium.
Shoot high. Don't try to run the other person out of the building.
If you are in a court case and you're about to win $1 million, you're going for $1 million. You shoot for $2 million, and then you start dropping from there, because that's how you make money.
That's a sign of weakness. You go in and you get your $2 million.
All I'm saying is,
God damn it, John.
Disney. There's no way they thought they were getting 50%. Like that's not. You can't even take that seriously.
I take it seriously.
10 times the money you were making.
Well, okay, so
it just
why
doesn't happen?
Yeah, but normally people go, okay, now 50%. We'll give you 20%.
Yes, and I'm sure. Look, I don't even think this is
20% would have been fine.
I don't
Tell me right now, 20% would have been right.
That's fine. Yeah, I don't. That's fine. But I don't even think. I think this happened, and it got reported, and now it's blown out of proportion. I don't even think this is gonna be the final thing. I think this just happened. I think this is part of the negotiation. They're gonna come back to the table because they are making way too much money, and this is all gonna be worked out in the end. I just think this is a report that got reported because it was like, oh, Sony walked out. They're because everybody wants to report Spider-Man's not in the MCU anymore. Because it's a hot story. And so I think that got reported. There's no way.
Sony just came out and said Kevin Feige couldn't watch over our movies anymore, so this is the reason we didn't do it. Did you read that tweet? No, you didn't. Do your research.
Yeah, it's all negotiations.
And on top of that,
They're
Tom
still
Holland
gonna
just came
settle
out
it.
and he unfollowed Sony on freaking Instagram.
It's all drama.
It's a lot of drama.
Yes,
I'm telling you, it's bigger than it is. And D23
the
is going to be
most-
at the end of the month. Don't you think this is all a nice kick in the
It's all
balls?
part of negotiating. It's all part of negotiating.
You know, because of this, we might not get Spider-Man Phase 4.
What? Spider-Man's what?
We might not get Spider-Man Phase 4 at all.
We're going to get it. They're going to figure it out because it's going to come down to money. And Sony's
Did your
gonna be like, the most money we
Steelers
make-
figure it out with Tony Brown?
He's a bitch.
No,
don't
but
bring
that
it
was you're just pulling shit out of left field that has nothing to do with this. It doesn't even make sense.
Oh Lord Jesus Christ!
No, jeez, I can't
Oh
even
my God!
That was so out of left field.
Listen,
Look, this is gonna come down to money. Both sides are gonna be like, we're gonna make billions of dollars off of this, and Sony, they need to like reach a deal where, obviously both sides will be happy, and then all this drama, because there's no way Disney is not. They need to get this fixed. Disney needs to get this fixed because they just set up Spider-Man in Far From Home to be the leader, or maybe not the leader, but one of the biggest parts of the new phase of the MCU.
Who do you think is this gonna hurt more? I mean, it's obviously hurting us as fans. I think it's gonna hurt us.
I think
bad.
it hurts Disney more
What?
because Sony can just set up a whole new universe.
You think Tom Holland's gonna jump into that universe with them?
He's contracted to.
He's contracted to, but he can get out of that contract. He's not happy.
Sure, he could, but then
But you're gonna go watch those movies.
it's gonna hurt both of them.
You're gonna go watch that Spider-Man movie.
No, probably not. But
Exactly.
It's,
Thank you. Because nobody. It's stupid because you are destroying something that is great.
Yes, I understand that, but it's gonna hurt Disney more because Disney's the one who has the MCU.
Oh, Spider-Man's not in the MCU anymore. We'll just pick another character to fill the spot.
You can't do that. You just made a movie that was putting him as Tony Stark's replacement.
Yeah, and then he.
And then you're just gonna say, "Oh, guess what? He died."
No, what happened at the end? No,
he died off camera.
No.
And now we're gonna just develop a whole new story around this.
Let me tell you how Marvel's smart because they probably knew this was gonna happen, and they set it up that Spider-Man's identity got revealed at the end, right? Now, he went away because Fury put him in hiding because the whole world is after him because they think he's the enemy. Done.
Yeah,
He's
and
written off.
everybody's just gonna be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's
Written
the
off.
explanation."
Written off.
No,
Written off.
he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's gone.
This isn't like
He's on vacation.
Quicksilver getting written off. This is Spider-Man. He's the biggest superhero in Marvel
can pick another
Comics.
person.
Hating on
Hey
Quicksilver,
man,
though.
guess what Marvel and Disney just got?
Huh?
Marvel and Disney just got. Oh, that's right. They just got Fantastic Four and X-Men. We'll just put Deadpool in there.
Still not bigger than Spider. No, you don't. I can't believe you just said that. You cannot replace Spider-Man with Deadpool.
Deadpool is just as big as Spider-Man as a character.
No, he's
not. No, he's not really.
Spider-Man's their biggest seller. What do you mean?
Deadpool is next to Spider-Man. It's Deadpool, Wolverine, and Spider-Man are up there, and I guess Iron Man now. But
You are a crackhead Deadpool fan.
Are you crazy?
You're way overrating Deadpool.
are you kidding? What did Deadpool's movies gross?
They did really well. They did not do anywhere near Spider-Man numbers.
Check it.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Going
not
to the
checking
laptop.
this now. You really...
Check it.
Chess.
Do you understand
You're out of your
Wolverine
mind.
by himself can destroy Spider-Man? Okay.
Yes,
People-
in the comics.
No. I'm talking about in box office. Marvel's gonna have their hands on all this. They don't need Spider-Man right now. They don't need it.
How do they not need the guy they
Let him
just
do
set
the-
up to be the leader of the Avengers? You can't just say, "Oh, we were setting him up to be
How's
the
he gonna
leader
be
of
the
the
leader?
Avengers."
How's he gonna be the
But
leader
we're
of
gonna put him
Avengers?
in hiding.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go into hiding because obviously that's what they're gonna do.
Hiding. Yeah, because they put superheroes in hiding all the time.
Nobody called spoiler alert here. Was planning on watching all these
Bitch,
movies.
you should have seen that movie already. It's been like 2 months.
All right,
John Wick for
Deadpool.
Netflix. Spoiled.
Deadpool combined made just over $700 million.
That's fair.
Just over. Spider-Man: Far From Home did that by itself.
No.
It broke $1
Oh.
billion.
Oh.
Deadpool did it by himself. Spider-Man: Far From Home. The reason why it made so much money is because it followed Avengers: Endgame, and it was
All these qualifiers now.
Yeah.
Because you just lost the argument.
Spider-Man by
Deadpool
itself.
hasn't hit $1 billion combined.
Spider-Man by himself
Oh my gosh.
would have not hit that money. If it wasn't following Avengers and it wasn't the last chapter.
But it is.
No. But if it wasn't, Spider-Man by himself couldn't do that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's why it was the first Spider-Man movie ever to hit $1 billion.
Yeah, because movies just started hitting $1 billion.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
Get out of here. I can't have this argument right now. You're making me crazy. You can't just say lying shit and then when I show you evidence, you just make up some other shit.
This is bullshit evidence.
This is not bullshit evidence. It's the box office.
They did Deadpool without X-Men, without anybody else. It's Deadpool. Spider-Man has Avengers in it. That's the only reason it made money.
Oh my
And
God.
it followed the biggest
Spider-Man
movie
is the most popular
of all
Marvel
time.
superhero of all time.
The biggest movie of all time is the prologue.
Epilogue.
The epilogue for Avengers: Endgame, the biggest movie of all time. Of course, it was gonna make $1 billion. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, I want to know what happens next." That's the only reason. If it didn't, you don't did. Okay, Far From Home. How much did that make? Not Far From Home. Homecoming. How much did that make? Go ahead, check how much that made.
I will come.
Go check it, Ben. Go check it. How much did it make, Ben?
$334 million.
Oh, that's right. How much did Deadpool make, Ben?
Just about that.
About the same.
Oh, okay.
Literally.
kiss my ass.
No, Spider-Man: Homecoming had a billion reasons why it didn't make that much because it was literally it came out like what a year and a half after the last Andrew Garfield movie.
That's a Spider-Man movie by himself.
Oh my god!
Oh,
what are you doing?
Oh wait a minute! He even had Iron Man in there.
Stop doing this voice.
Oh,
This voice is so offensive. Jesus Christ! Oh my god!
Listen, at the end of the day, my reason was right. Deadpool, just as equal as Spider-Man. The only reason that movie made so much money is because it was the end of the Endgame. It showed what exactly happened. Everybody's coming back. Everybody wants to know what happened. That's the end. Chapters end to Avengers, the Avengers saga. So that's why it made so much money. And your argument is irrelevant, Ben.
Why is it Spider-Man?
I don't know.
Because the movie sucks.
Got erased.
Okay, it didn't suck, but you know what? If it wasn't tied to Marvel,
Just type it into Google, see what happens.
What is going on here?
this is God telling him that Chaz is right.
No, this is God saving your feelings, I feel like.
No, my feelings.
He's like, I can't see Chaz trying his own podcast.
Ben, I mean, whatever your freaking name is.
Some
Some guest.
guest.
John.
Some guest.
God damn it, John. John.
I'm just going to scoot my chair this
Deadpool-
way a little bit on my favorite side.
Deadpool made the same amount of money as Spider-Man. And the only reason Spider-Man made so much money is because it was following the biggest movie of all time.
Wait, no, Spider-Man right there is 4. Is that the right Spider-Man?
No.
That's a different Spider-Man?
That's the original,
Like the one that I saw?
probably.
That's the best one.
Look at Spider-Man Into the
if
Spider-Verse still didn't hit that much. Deadpool, twice. 360.
Oh, shit. I hate to admit this, but Chaz looks like he's got a
Yeah, but look
point.
when these movies came out.
What are you talking about?
Superhero movies started hitting $1 billion when?
It's 2014, bro.
Yeah.
It's 2018, bro.
Well, it's
2017,
Spider-Verse. Nobody wants to see Spider-Verse.
2019, bro. Come on, bro. Look at look at that. In 2002, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah, $400 million. That's a shit ton of money.
That's my Spider-Man.
Deadpool's at the time. You would make that same amount of money. Lo and behold, anyway, Deadpool is just as popular as Spider-Man, okay?
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
Yes,
not.
he is.
He's not even
Yes, he is.
close.
Everybody knows. Every kid knows who Deadpool is.
Yeah, they know who he is, but
Because
he's not
Deadpool
as
looks like
popular.
Spider-Man. Is that what you're going to say?
No, I'm saying they know who he is because he just came out with 2 movies. Before those 2 movies, nobody knew who Deadpool was.
Why don't you type in the most popular top 5 most
That's
popular
a solid
superheroes?
point.
Top 5 most popular superheroes. I guarantee Deadpool's in it. It's probably gonna be Batman,
Not a chance.
Deadpool, Spider-Man,
There's no way.
Not a
and
chance.
Superman.
Oh my god.
I didn't know who Deadpool was until that movie.
Shut up.
Batman,
Don't do Google
Superman.
because they don't have black people.
Oh my god, this fucking
Oh,
guy.
No.
Because
man.
Deadpool's black all of a sudden.
no.
Black
Black
Panther's on the list.
Panther is higher than Deadpool.
Well, wait, hold on. I'm about to destroy John real quick. If you listen to our last podcast, you notice that Google doesn't put any black actresses in their top actresses category at all.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th.
What is still?
Where's Spider-Man? 4.
No, click there. Would you click that one?
Wait, again, Deadpool's not
Where's
black.
this came from?
No, it has. No, God damn it.
Is this only DC? No.
What the-
Oh, number 2, Spider-Man. Right behind the other most popular superhero, Batman.
It's not even Batman. It's Batman.
Yeah, that's a terrible. These people.
These people suck. Why are we watching these people?
I know. They got pictures from all over the place. Too.
Yeah, they really kind of just like, oh, let's just put anybody in there.
Well, this is.
Nobody likes Green Lantern.
I don't need. Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
I
that
don't
doesn't
know.
make any sense. Nobody likes Green Lantern.
But everybody else on here makes sense.
Okay, but anyway, let's go
Maybe
back
not
to the
Thor.
Sony thing. Do you think Do you think this agreement's gonna go through?
Yeah.
You think that they're
It makes
gonna
too
figure
much
it out?
sense. It's gonna make them too much money. Sony's not making the same amount of money on
That's what I was gonna
their
ask you.
own
Do you
property.
think if this doesn't go through, you think they're gonna make a good Spider-Man movie?
Even if they did, there's so many variables. It's like, does Tom Holland stay on? If Tom Holland doesn't stay on, hell no.
Let me blow your mind. All the Spider movies, they still have the same producer from Spider-Man 1. All the Spider movies had the same producer, Avi, whatever his freaking name is, and he's the worst producer ever, and people hate working with him.
I think they're gonna figure it out. I think this is just a big story because people were like, "What? Spider-Man's not gonna be in the MCU," and in 2 weeks they'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It's just a big story because it's like they just set Spider-Man up to be the new leader, and and now it's a story because they're saying he's not going to be in. But there's no... If this doesn't get done, I'll be blown away. And I'll also be distraught. Because Tom Holland's Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man. And if we lose that because of some...
That's exactly what I was going to
Because
get
of
at
some
next.
contract bullshit, I'll be so mad.
That is exactly what I was going to get at next. Tom Holland legit embodies Spider-Man. The kid was born to play Spider-Man. He's a gymnast, actor. Perfect combination to play Spider-Man. And his voice hasn't changed like John's. So...
This guy. I'm on Ben's side all the way. I don't even care what he says anymore.
Yo, the graphics for this Avengers game are horrible.
Yeah. So what do you guys... Did you guys see the 18-minute gameplay?
No, I'm not watching that
It's
shit.
really good. So we should watch it after this over there.
The gameplay might be good, but these graphics are terrible.
You're still going to get the game, though.
Must be the same people who make
probably.
Madden.
So let's talk about Madden real quick. Madden just got an update that they say they fixed a lot of things.
I thought Madden was fine.
No,
It did get a big ass. I think it was like 3 gigs.
They fixed everything because the game was dropping. The price was stock was dropping. People were just destroying the game.
The only thing I don't like about the game is when you're playing like the story mode and the AI, like you'll like throw a pass to your receiver, and then like instead of like catching it and continuing to run, they always stop. It's like they stop and try to make some cut for no reason. Happens with the running backs too.
Well, they changed that. They said they fixed that. They fixed the linebackers. I'm sorry, the linemen have special powers now, whatever abilities.
Yeah.
So they gave
the
that to them.
superstar abilities are pretty cool.
They said that the linemen need to have it because it was like they were getting destroyed. Everybody else had it.
Yeah, because the D lineman had it.
Yeah. Then you have that. They did an update for players. Philip Lindsay has a face now, and he actually looks like Philip Lindsay now.
Maybe he's better too, because I got drafted to the Denver Broncos and he's trash.
People are saying that player mode is still not good.
I like it. It's
Really?
simple. They didn't try to make it a crazy story. It was a simple story, and then they got out of it. It's like now you're just playing. I get a text from my college coach every once in a while, and some challenges from some other quarterbacks and shit. You know, a little trash talk.
Nice.
It's fine. I
So,
like it.
on the flip side, John, how come you don't have an Xbox anymore or anything? Why don't you play video games?
I don't know. I just
Did you grow out of it?
no. It's just like I'm never home,
Mm.
and I don't want to bring the Xbox somewhere. So
I'm not trying to destroy you. I'm just I really want to know, like, because some people are like that. Like, I have a lot of friends that are like, I don't play video games. I'm like, how do you do that?
No,
like, how do you turn that off?
I love video games, but that's the issue.
Yeah.
Is like
It takes away too much of your time.
yeah, like that's why I haven't bought Red Dead
Oh,
because
dude.
I loved the first one, and at the same time, I don't have time right now.
Yeah.
I will absolutely make time for that game.
Can I tell you one thing real quick about Red Dead? You just brought it up. I called Ben. I said, I was on Xbox. I was like, hey, Ben, I'm stuck on Red Dead. I've been stuck on this for like 7 months. Where do I go? He's like, what do you have on your map? I was like, I have no map. I have nothing to do except this little yellow dot in the area I can't go to. Blackwater. He's like, oh, you got to go to the outskirts and just go over there. And then I what? And it continued. Now I can start playing again. And I just got sucked back in. That game is incredible. It's really good, dude.
You did him dirty by letting him know. Now he's stuck again.
No, it's actually a good thing. Because Jimmy was effing with me the whole time. Ben was like, no, you really just got to do this. Damn. He's like, Chaz, you suck dick. You suck dick, Chaz. It's like, Jesus Christ. Jesus. He's like, you suck, Chaz.
It's one of the
Who
best
plays Red Dead?
games.
Who plays Red Dead,
One of
Chaz?
the best games of all time.
Yeah. It's because he's a Minnesota Vikings fan. I think that's what it is.
Oh shit!
Ooh, man, is it too early to talk crap about
Fire.
bullshit?
I got
So you're not getting anything?
No, unfortunately not. I might get like Madden because you can play Madden without live, and then so like I don't have to pay to just watch my Xbox.
Well, you have Xbox though?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you sold the Xbox. Okay. All right.
I'm not ready to take that.
Ben sold his PS4 or something. He gave it away or somebody.
Gave it to my sister.
Son of a bitch.
Wow, disrespect.
I never played it.
You could have played Spider-Man. I
Just
have it.
sitting
Just
there
sit in my
collecting
house.
Dust. I wouldn't have played it though.
We're
Why not?
boycotting that
Because
game
I
at this
play
time.
Xbox.
Wow, the racism.
Fortnite takes up too much of my time.
It really does. These guys are playing Fortnite and fall asleep. I'm out.
I love that.
Is John good?
No. Oh God! Don't even try to lie for the podcast.
Damn.
I wasn't
I'm not that
playing
good.
I
at
once
that
was so bad I made Ben's friend quit.
You know what the problem is with that game, dude? I like. Who? Which one?
I don't even remember which one it was.
He just left the game?
Yeah, all I know is he was trying to creep up on someone, and I shot at the person.
Yeah.
They turned around, shot him, and I haven't talked to him since.
It's pretty funny.
Oh my
I
God.
can't remember who it was, but yeah, it was hilarious.
It's crazy. Like, I suck at the game, and then I'll play for a long, like, because Jimmy and Ben will get me into it. I'll play for like 2 days, and I'll start getting better, and then I just stop. And then I go back in, I get destroyed again. It's like this game is, you know that thing. You know why I think the popularity of this game keeps going up is because it just keeps updating and they keep reinventing the same game over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, as a kid, not even a kid, as a teenager, I was just like, man, how come the sports games don't do that? Instead of you sitting there buying the same game over and over again, why don't they just have one copy of it and update it every 3 seasons, maybe?
What would you buy then?
Yeah.
See, the reason that
You would buy the
Fortnite
update.
works,
Pay $10. I'd pay $10. Re-update the game. Something. Just like, I don't know, just paying $50, $60 every year.
But
Like,
they-
sometimes I got to take breaks off Madden. I have to.
But people do it. As long as people
It's
do
crazy.
it, I
It's
mean,
Yeah, too
you have
many
to think
people
about it
do
from a business perspective.
Millions.
You can give me 60 or you can give me 10, and the same thing's gonna happen. Chaz, give me your $60.
But look at Fortnite. Fortnite's the biggest game ever right now. And like, it's free.
Yeah,
It's
but-
crazy.
But in order, it's free. But then you're like, oh well,
I want
it's
that
free.
skin.
I would have spent $60, so I could spend $5 on a skin
It's not far.
30
How much is
times in
the
a
skins?
year.
Depends on which ones you.
What's the most you ever spent on a
I think
skin?
they go from $20.
How many times have you spent $20, Ben?
Exactly.
Not much. Just one time.
You and Jimmy.
See, no, if you could buy something in Madden, like if you could buy like Fields or something, I don't know, something like that,
Mhm.
then it works. But other than that, I'm gonna take your $60 all day long for
Yeah.
my crap game.
Yeah.
That sucks and doesn't run right.
Hmm.
And John stopped buying it for those reasons. Sorry, man.
Just wait a couple of weeks and Madden will be cheaper by Christmas time. And Ben won't be playing it anymore. He's
No.
definitely going to be playing FIFA.
Play FIFA and Fortnite and Minecraft.
Can we talk about how much it is to change your freaking name on Xbox right now?
$10.
That costs money?
Yeah, did you know that?
I had no idea.
Yeah,
$10
$10.
bucks to change your freaking name. You don't have one-time
It's
change.
always been $10.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I haven't had the same name for like ever.
I've changed my name a couple of times.
As long as they pay.
Jesus, Ben spends mad money on Xbox.
Hate to see that bill at the end of the month.
Yo, for real. Kate's probably just listening. Like, I'm gonna kill him right after this. Babe, don't listen to this podcast.
5 or 6 times. I changed my name. No big deal.
No big deal. No big deal.
Like $10 every 3 years.
We got a couple more minutes. So what do you guys think about So speaking of video games, I guess Mortal Kombat is trying to come back from the grave of death and cheap games.
I haven't even played it since I got it.
You know,
I
they-
played it once.
The game is good. They have an update coming out. They're gonna have this Terminator, Spawn, Nightwolf, Sindel, and Joker as DLC characters. Ooh, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be
I like
fun.
the Joker involved.
Yeah,
in.
right. Terminator is. I think Terminator is pretty awesome too. And Spawn.
Which one's Spawn? Who's Spawn?
Is it going to be like...
Spawn's the guy. You know,
Spawn.
like, oh, I can't really explain it to you.
Did you see Spawn?
No?
Did you see Spawn
Who's
movie?
that?
Oh. I
That's
mean, it's
alright.
a terrible movie, but...
Yeah. No, I couldn't even get mad at you for that because like you don't really
it's
don't.
a terrible movie.
Now, unless you're obviously I'm half black, so I like any black movie. So black superhero was like a big thing back in the day. So Spawn was
I didn't even know he was a
Yeah.
superhero when I watched it.
yeah. So I watched the movie and then I read the comic books. I didn't go that way. Everybody else is like you talk to anybody from the '90s, you didn't know it was a comic book. Yeah, it's like me when I speak about the X-Men. But yeah, it's a comic book that turned into a movie. That was a shitty movie, and it went back to a comic book.
So bad.
And then he did a cartoon. It was a shitty cartoon.
The graphics.
Oh my god, so terrible.
Graphics in that movie. Whoa.
Michael Jai White though, he's pretty jacked. He's a beast. By the way, you like guys that do fighting. Look at Michael J. White. Jai White, sorry. He's a true martial artist and an actor. So
Really?
yep. Joe Rogan said he has the strongest one of the strongest kicks ever next to Joe Rogan. He said his technique is amazing. It's amazing. Like he's used. If you go watch his fights from back in the day as a kid, fighting in tournaments.
Yeah.
It's all on YouTube.
He's good.
He's really good. But anyway, Spawn. That's who he is.
I'm gonna look him up after this.
We had Blade. We had Spawn. That's pretty much it. Well, let's end this real quick.
Blank Man.
Blank Man. Oh, Blank Man. And we have Meteor Man.
Blank Man. Wow.
Meteor Man, yep.
Comic books stopped trying.
No,
was
Blank.
back in the day.
I don't even think Blank Man was a comic book.
Matrix 4 is coming out, guys.
Guys,
Same cast?
Matrix re-release. Did you see that?
What?
They're re-releasing the original Matrix
In 4K?
in Dolby.
Oh, are we
I
going?
already got my tickets.
What day?
I'll get back to you.
Tell me what day it is so I can buy the ticket.
Yeah.
You know what's Matrix?
Oh.
Yeah, I saw the Matrix.
So they're coming out. Matrix 4 is coming out.
I think I only saw the first one.
Yes. And they got Keanu and Homegirl back.
Yeah.
Oh, they
And-
did get them. They got them both.
But only one.
Can't do it without Keanu.
Only one of the
Especially right now.
directors.
Yeah, Lana.
Yeah, that's a
Do you
that was a
know
guy.
both Wachowskis got sex changes?
Really?
Yes.
I was going
Both
to bring
became
that up.
women?
I was like, I don't know if this
Huh?
is the time.
No, they both were
They're
women now?
both
Yeah,
women
both.
now.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, Lana's the only one that's coming back to write.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I did. I was
Hey, dude.
because I knew they were brothers, and then I heard the one got a sex change. Apparently, like 2 or 3 years later, the other one got a sex change.
It's crazy, dude. Hey,
Like,
man.
wow.
More power to them. But you know what? When you make that much money, you can do whatever you want.
It makes you wonder though. Is it genetic? Because like,
Maybe it's genetic mental. Maybe something happened to them when they were kids.
interesting.
Maybe they were supposed to be girls, and they became. Because that happens.
That stuff is.
You know, you have a girl mentality,
Crazy.
and is because you know your body. You were supposed to be something else, and you came out something else. Tomboys. Girls in soccer, they're mad jacked.
Did I not get the Matrix tickets yet? I thought I did.
Speaking of the Matrix, though, you guys ever see Wanted?
Yes.
It's very similar to Matrix. How do you guys feel about that?
You talking about-
I hated it the
When
first time
when
I
he,
saw
when he
it.
yelled at his boss in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's also a comic book movie.
Get the hell out of here! Is it really?
Yeah. It's what's his name? Something.
Oh, I thought they literally wrote that.
No, it's
It's the
comic
guy
rip-off.
who did Kick-Ass, right?
Yeah.
Is
No,
it
no.
Something Miller?
Mark Miller.
Mark Miller.
I enjoyed that movie the second
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Wanted
That's
is pretty
well,
good.
you know the boss that's yelling at him in the beginning?
I think so.
Yeah, you remember
I
that?
think so.
That's my boss. Straight up. All the time. 100%.
I thought you meant literally. I was like, what?
Yes, I cannot wait for Matrix 4. I cannot wait to see Matrix in Dolby. That's gonna be
Oh, dude.
insane.
Yeah, I cannot wait for
Hopefully, it's
that.
remastered
Yeah.
graphically.
Oh, it's definitely going to.
but
I just want to see that. Doom, doom.
it's gonna be
doom,
off the
doom,
hook.
doom, doom. So John, any final things?
Excuse
You want to plug yourself before we get out of here?
Oh, we're
26
gonna drop
seconds.
it in the description. When I change my whole name and everything like that, we're going MMA. This made me decide it. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. I'll get the hang of that. And thank you guys a lot for having me
No
on.
problem, bud. No problem. All right, guys. So we will see you later. I hope you enjoyed the video. Ben, you want to say peace?
Bye to the people.
All right, peace.